Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. This time I'm watching Plant Diseases by Salmonella Academy. Not exactly sure if this is going to be about diseases that are caused by plants or if it's diseases that affect plants themselves. So let's check it out.
Hey kids, remember the plague, malaria, smallpox?
Yeah.
Kinda bad, right? Well, guess
Sucks.
what? They're peanuts compared to the level of destruction that's been wreaked over the years across the kingdom next door. Today, I'm gonna talk about some of the most interesting diseases to ever strike the world of plants. The
Plants
most
were way
famous one is
worse.
probably the potato blight. It's a fungus
so
that
it
attacks
is-
potatoes. This is what it looks like.
It is
On the
plant
left, we have a
diseases.
healthy potato, while on the right, we have a blighty one. Notice how this one is noble and robust, like a lion's heart, while the other is shriveled and black, like Betsy DeVos's uterus. You could try to eat it, but it's basically like rotting
know who that
corn.
is.
You wouldn't get very far. So in 1845,
It's a poisonous
Ireland relied a
potato.
lot on potatoes, right? That's because their soil was dumb, and that's the most nutritious thing they could grow. Then the blight came, and all their food turned to poo. 1 million starved, 2 million left. They came to America. They brought freckles, and these things. Hoity-toity-toy, now we have the Celtics. Next is the chestnut blight, which infects, you guessed it, the elderly.
Chestnuts.
Wait, no, that's shingles.
Oh.
Chestnut blight infects American chestnut trees, which once populated a huge portion of the South and Mid-Atlantic regions of the country. Key word, once. During the early 20th
They don't
century,
anymore.
the blight
They're all
arrived,
gone,
which
huh?
ended up killing around 4 billion trees over the course of a couple decades. Hey, remember that time
Wow.
4 billion giant things died inexplicably? Me neither. Nobody does. Let me give some perspective on
'Cause
the
nobody
situation.
cares.
Those trees were huge, like 40 meters tall apiece. That means
Damn.
160 million kilometers of tree was destroyed by this disease. That's long enough to get from the earth to the sun with 10 million kilometers to spare. Here's another. If we take the
Wow.
volume of all these trees, we get 126 billion cubic meters. If we burn that much wood, we get 861 quadrillion joules of energy. That's the amount released by the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Times 10,000.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, kind
What?
of a big deal. But who cares, right? Why worry about
Well, we've
4
created
billion
stronger
dumb,
bombs.
smelly old trees when there's 1,000 whole pandas that need our help? Isn't that right, WWF? You populist scum. Anyway, moving on. This next
Screw
one
the
is called,
pandas, who
get
cares?
ready, broom rape. I'm serious. Broom rape. Broom rape. Wikipedia, broom rape. Naked broom rape. Imagine if we gave human illnesses names like that. I'm
Wow.
sorry, Sam, but
That is,
you have urethra cactus.
an interesting
I would
name.
just end it right there. Doesn't even matter what the Sam, but you have urethra cactus. I would just end it right there. Doesn't even matter what the actual symptoms are. Anyway, broom rape is considered a parasitic plant. This is what it does. The seeds of the broom rape will hang out in the soil for years until the roots of a host plant come along. When they do, the broom rape bursts out of its shell and immediately starts leeching off the other organism. Eventually, once they grow enough, they'll
So it's
breach
a
the surface
parasite.
with these little flowers. Notice, no leaves, no green. Who needs chlorophyll when you're a filthy freeloader, right? These flowers get fertilized and the whole thing starts over. Just one of these guys isn't a big deal to the host. But once you get enough, they have the potential to suck an entire farm dry, causing sweeping crop failure. Pun definitely
Yeah.
intended. Next is this one. There's a
Parasitic
few different
plants.
ways you can pronounce it, depending on your social
something I
standing,
expected.
ranging from ergit to elgo. Being the disheveled pauper I am, I prefer ergot. Rolls off the tongue, you know. Ergot is a fungus that mainly infects grains like wheat, barley, and especially rye. And it's capable of producing a whole soup of like wheat, barley, and
Wheat,
especially
barley, rye.
And it's capable
Looks
of
the
producing
same.
a whole soup of compounds called alkaloids, which can have a variety of effects on the human body. Most of them not fun, mostly spasms and diarrhea, that kind of thing. However, one
Oh.
particular alkaloid called ergotamine structurally resembles LSD and has a similar function when it enters the body. So a medieval peasant will
Oh.
be sitting there, eating a nice loaf of rye bread, just minding his own business. Then all of a sudden, holy shit, I'm blasting out of both ends! My heart's a seizing, my lungs are wheezing, the fucking walls are melting, I can hear Satan's voice. He's telling me to invest in Apple. What does that mean? Why does he want me to buy apples? This would go on for like a day. Sometimes their fingers and toes would fall off, but then they'd be alright. Unless they weren't. Moral of the story, kids,
Unless they
don't
die.
eat strange bread. You could trip balls and die. One more thing before we end today's video, I've decided to launch a second
Well, that
channel
one was
for all the
interesting.
dumb stuff I think of that doesn't fit the Academy format. It's called Salmonella Vlog. Go check it out. It's in the description. I wrote a slam poem. It's there. Go look. Anyway, that's all for today. Till next time, I'm Salmonella,
okay.
and thank you for watching.
That fungus is interesting. I wonder if anyone ever tried to use that to make a drug out of it. Probably not because of the effects, but that would be interesting if someone did. For a second there, he turned into Eminem.
My heart's a season, my lungs a wheezing.
For a second, he turned into Eminem. Well, anyway, hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, you know, the usual YouTube stuff, and I will see you in the next video.